Hey everyone, Motumbo here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing some more Historic here on Magic Arena, and I'm excited to bring this deck to y'all. This deck is super sweet. It's a lot of fun to play, and yeah, let's just hop right into today's deck, and we are playing Dedicated Procession. So this deck was really an inspiration from our friend BB Livid. They really wanted me to try to focus on playing Dedicated Dollmaker. And Dedicated Dollmaker is a really cool card in the new Alchemy set that just came out for Wilds of Eldraine. It's a 2/2 creature for 2, and it just says when it enters the battlefield, exile up to one other target non-land, non-token permanent. Its controller creates a token that's a copy of it, except it's not legendary and it's an artifact in addition to its other types. So we're essentially turning something that's not a token into a token. And then it also has an extra ability that you can use only one time. That it says tokens you control gain indestructible until end of turn. So that's really cool because you can utilize this to protect your tokens from a wrath or some kind of like mass board wipe that destroys. But really, we're focused on just turning something that is not a token into a token. So, and why are we interested in doing that? Because we are playing 4 copies of Anointed Procession. Again, Anointed Procession was brought onto Arena a long time ago. It's from Amonkhet, but just says if an effect would create one or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many. So it's basically a white version of Doubling Season that doesn't care about counters. This is just strictly doubling tokens when they come into play. But we're also playing a couple copies of Mondrak. Mondrak is essentially the same thing on a creature, though. So it's a 4-mana 4/4, so it still costs 4 mana. And it says if one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. But it also has its own stipulation on paying one colorless and 2 Phyrexian white mana in order to sacrifice 2 other artifacts and or creatures to put an indestructible counter on Mondrak. So that ability is not really important, but this is just essentially letting us play 6 copies of Anointed Procession. Because what are we trying to do with it? Well, we're trying to just bust the game open with tokens. And what I really wanted to do here was I wanted to make a whole bunch of copies of Haphazard Bombardment. So Haphazard Bombardment, if you're new to the channel, but I'll explain. This is just one of my favorite cards to build around, right? I like to play big red decks, and this is just one of those really fun cards. So Haphazard Bombardment, 6 mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you choose 4 non-enchantment permanents you don't control, so 4 of your opponent's things. You put a counter on each one of them, and at the end of the turn, it destroys one of those at random. So this is really great for going after land, or, it's just really great to shut your opponent down. Yes, it is a little bit of a random. You're rolling the dice. You don't really know which one's going to blow up. But if you have more than one of these a turn, you're destroying sometimes 2, 3, 4 things a turn. And if we're turning this into a token and we're creating tokens, in multiples, then we're going to be destroying a lot of things at once. And this is going to just turn into a hilarious just randomization. And then at the same time, we're going to just wipe our opponent's board in just one fell swoop. And I'm hoping to have a lot of fun with this. So what other things are we doing? Well, there is another combo that a lot of people are using, whether it's in Standard or Historic or Pioneer or Explorer, whatever your online format is right now. But that's 3 Blind Mice. 3 Blind Mice, it is a saga, and it creates a 1/1 mouse, or for chapters 2 and 3, it creates a token that's a copy of target token you control. So what a lot of people are doing, they are using Dollmaker to actually exile the 3 Blind Mice and turn 3 Blind Mice into a token, and then on chapters 2 and 3, you can copy the 3 Blind Mice saga itself, and then you're just every turn you're getting more and more mice, and you're getting more and more copies of 3 Blind Mice, and then eventually you're just going to overwhelm your opponents with tokens in regards to 1/1 mice. And then when you hit chapter 4, it just says creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. So you're just essentially making more and more of these sagas, and then over time you're just going to outvalue your opponent because you're just kind of on autopilot from that point, and you're just making a bunch of these and a bunch of these and a bunch of these. So we're just essentially trying to, as we do on this channel, power out a Blood Sun as quickly as possible, hit a Lotus Field in the play, get a bombardment into play, you know, after we have an Anointed Procession or 2 or 3 of these, and then just make a whole bunch of these with the Dedicated Dollmaker, and just go to town. We're also playing 4 copies of Fable of the Mirror Breaker. This is just great because, again, we're worried about token generation. So Fable of the Mirror Breaker, not only we could potentially double the Goblin Shamans that make the treasures, so let's pretend that we have out 1 copy of Anointed Procession. That's going to give us 2 Goblin Shaman tokens that make treasure, and then each one of those is going to give us 2 treasures. So just attacking with those 2 is going to give us 4 treasures at a minimum if we only have 1 Anointed Procession in play. So again, we're going to get great value. We're going to be able to draw cards, discard cards. We're going to get to be able to discard and draw those pieces that we're really trying to assemble to put together. And, you know, we are playing just a few cleanup cards, right? We have Fragment Reality. This is really cool because if we Fragment Reality any of our cards that we potentially don't need, like maybe we don't really care if Fable flips into the Reflection of the Kiki-Jiki, we can actually Fragment Reality the Fable on Chapter 3, and then we're going to be guaranteed to hit our Dedicated Dollmaker. So essentially, we're going to always be guaranteed to hit a Fragment Reality into a Dedicated Dollmaker if we do anything that is 4 or less. So I thought that was really cool and very important to actually include. We are playing 3 copies of Divine Purge just because there's a lot of aggro right now. You know, a lot of people are playing, you know, the stupid wizards. A lot of people are playing elves. And this is just really great against those decks. And this is, I do want to point out, right, this is not great against tokens, so you have to be really careful on your side of the board because if something's a token and you exile it, you can't recast it. But then last but not least, right, we're playing Mindstone. Mindstone's a great card. We're going to be able to draw cards with it. We're going to be able to ramp out our Blood Sun, our 4 drops, our 6 drops, and our deck is just going to go off. So what I'm really hoping for, we had some amazing games, which you're about to see, we're about to hop into. But yeah, I hope you really enjoy this deck. If you do, if you enjoy the deck, the video, the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, check out all the cool links down below, join the Discord. And as always, we stream on the weekends. If you're watching this today, we might be live right now because I happen to be off work today on this glorious Friday, and I'm going to be streaming today. So hop on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/BA Motumbo, and you could be a part of the deck building process. Bring your decks, your deck ideas, and we may turn your deck into a video. So that being said, as promised, let's hop right into the gameplay, and we'll see you all at the wrap-up. Okay, I mean, I believe you. Just in case. I probably should have let off with this land, but... yeah, you did it. You did it. You thought seized. You're so good at Magic. You got another one? You got it. Can't gain life. This is greedy, but I'm doing it. Can we take 3 here? They didn't pump? Interesting. I like tokens. Sure, you did it. I mean, they're at 16, and we have 21 ones. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I know I'm supposed to copy. I know I'm supposed to copy the things, but the game was over anyway, right? I just wanted to click through to get through it. So don't come at me. I promise. I think we can keep this. Yeah. Okay. Well, hello. We're not going to be targeting you. That's not something that you have to worry about. I wonder if we jam this Blood Sun here or the Fable. I think we just get the Fable out. Reprieve? Sure. You did it. So, mono... Okay, so I can't cast that this turn. Sounds good. I'm probably going to Wrath us here. Ossification. Sure. The One Ring? What? I really want to draw land here, so I think... I guess we didn't need to draw land because we're going to be attacking. Okay. It's pretty good, right? We're going to have 2 of these out in play. Oh, you got to go? Thanks for hanging out, Josh. It's good seeing you. As always. I mean, the worst that they do is just reprieve, right? Sure. Hey, welcome back. I mean, probably get. I still think we're gonna get Wrath, and even if we do, there's gonna Ossification again. All right, sure. Oh, they're gonna hit the Reflection. Interesting. Give me all of the treasure tokens. I mean, I'm going to keep trying to slam it. Okay. Doesn't really work that way, but you go, girl. Yeah. Hexproof does not work that way with Haphazard Bombardment. A lot of people don't know that, but it felt good. I think we can mess around with this. Maybe this is Wizards. Seems like it. Oh, Nut Tree. Oh, was that your only creature? That was a 35-second game. Oh, we go first? Okay. Let's do it to it. Let's do it to it. Opponent is on the red deck, I'm sure, right? Oh, are y'all ready for a concession? Do you feel it in your bones, kids? That one-trick pony deck. Are you ready, kids? I think I played this person earlier. Maze Mind Tome. Maze Mind Tome. Ooh, Adeline? Ooh, maybe. I didn't think about Adeline. No, I've been hit. this game, yeah, I'm going to discard them. Okay, let's see what happens here. You're gonna scry. You didn't scry? Okay, you just drew all of the Sheoldred's Edicts. Seems really good. Cultivate, okay. I swear they're going to put a swamp into play. And then they're going to Sheoldred's Edict me again? Are you kidding me? Wow. You drew 3 Sheoldred's Edicts on the top of your deck? That is insane. Okay, well, we're going to do this. Okay. Nice, perfect. Perfect. This person's just like getting us. Yeah, I did draw 3 Dollmakers, but still, if you really think about it, I feel like every time you draw 3 of something, your opponent draws 3 of something in their deck. We did it. I mean, I only have one target, so I imagine we're gonna get Extinction Vented again. You're living the dream, my friend. I mean, these recover very quickly. We're gonna get Extinction Evented again. Casualties of War. Well, boo. That was a good draw. Welcome to 20. Primal Amulet, no. A regrowth, the regrowth. To regrowth, the regrowth. Oh no, they're just going to proc it in one turn. This is actually a pretty sick interaction. Yep. Okay, I mean you're dead, right? Take 36. Whoo! That was awesome. They added the fact that it costs 1 mana to tap it. What do you got for 3? Arena. We're going to get a lot of treasures here. We're doing it. I could have done it then, but like they don't have a lot to hit, so I'm gonna wait. Yeah, if you look in your collection, you should have, if you have a ring, you should have 2 of them, and you should be able to compare the two next to him. All right, Uniderp. Again, appreciate you hanging out. Thanks for the sweet Rakdos deck. Glad we had some fun with that one. Uh-oh, opponent's on the salty rope plan. Come on, opponent. Let's just make some more of these. Yep, sorry, opponent. I mean, if you were gonna, if you were gonna get salty, just scoop it up and go to the next game. Like, for real, for real. I don't know why so many people do this. Gonna put counters on all 4 of their non-enchantment permanents. Okay. All right, the old 2 swamp plan. And now we sit here and wait, and then watch our opponent explode. Yeah, that's when you just mute them. Like, you just click on them and then hit mute, and then you don't see any more of those. Kaboom! Just as predicted. The Salty Rope Explosion. That's going to be my next band name. The Salty Rope Explosion. Oh, opponent gets to go first. Oh, yeah, no. Give this a shot. Mono white control. So they're gonna be on the. Oh no, okay. Okay. It's Blood Sun here. Oh, what a insane draw off the Blood Sun. We also turned off all of their lands. Like, all of their lands are just regular, like, just tap for mana now. Soul Warden's fine. Yeah, this is a insane. This is an insane draw. Yeah, we didn't hit their land, but next turn we get to an Anointed Procession and then Dollmaker the Haphazard Bombardment. So I mean, we came here to do this, right? Yeah. You don't want to be a part of that? Oh, come back, opponent. Oh, come back. Insane. Insane draws. Whew. I mean, that's what the deck can do, right? It just powers out. It just goes crazy. We go first. We'll keep this. What is our opponent on? This might be land destruction. Domri, huh? I do think I'm going to go ahead and Dollmaker here. Okay. This doesn't really do anything. Okay, well, we're definitely doing stuff now. I should probably kill this, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to... We're going to see what they do. This is not great. So what does this do? Vigilance and Menace, +2/+2. Should I kill it? I can't. It's a non-token. Alright, you do whatever you're going to do. Yeah, I've definitely made a mistake in not killing the Bard class earlier. Okay. I just need to go a little bit faster. Sure. I can make all my creatures indestructible. So... Come on, bud. Are you on the salty rope plan too? Like, what is happening? Come on, opponent. Okay, well. Okay, well, we're going to lose that. Oh, opponent. Why am I plagued with the salty ropes constantly, each and every day of my life? Okay. We're going to play this. We're going to play this. Beautiful. I mean, we can't do anything, so we're going to sit here and wait for our opponent to rope out. But, I mean, we have a defense. Right, all of our tokens you control gain indestructible until end of turn. I can do it once, but they can use theirs once. But it's definitely an ability that is there if we need it. Like, this would have actually been a pretty interesting game to play had our opponent decided to not do this. So, opponent, if you're watching, why? Why? Yep. The salty rope explosion. Need a new band member. All right, welcome back to the wrap up. And as you saw, we had some really sick games. That last game, don't really count. I really wish that our opponent didn't disappear, because I do feel like that game would have been a lot. That the game could have just went on for a while, depending on how they did. We did misplay a little bit, but yeah, they disappeared. They probably just legitimately disconnected, unfortunately, and we happened to sneak out the win because of that. But you saw us do a lot of things right. We beat the Mini of the Mighty deck because, again, right, they usually only have one go at the combo, and if you can disrupt it in any way, they usually scoops magoops that. We beat Mono Black. We beat Mono White Life Game. We beat Mono White Control. Again, right, the one cool interaction with Haphazard Bombardment is this doesn't actually target. It doesn't say the word target on it anywhere, so this actually gets around hexproof. You actually can put counters on things that have hexproof or shroud, because again, it's not targeting. You're just choosing. It's not necessarily doing anything. The only thing this can't do is it can't destroy anything that's indestructible, right? So you never want to put a counter on a ring because you're just wasting a counter at that time. But yeah, this deck is a lot of fun. You saw games where we won because we just outvalued our opponents, right? We just sat there patiently, made copies of tokens, 3 blind mice, made more copies, and then eventually we just got there with the value, right? It's something that's really hard to deal with, especially artifacts and enchantments, right? Even though there are thousands of ways, all across Magic's history to deal with artifacts and enchantments, those are going to typically be the harder cards to deal with because, certain colors just have that, that horrible like interaction value, right? Black necessarily doesn't deal with enchantments very well. Blue doesn't necessarily deal with enchantments well at all. And, if you run into these decks that play these colors, you're probably going to win if you could just, get one of these things out and play, especially if you can start copying it. But again, Fragment Reality is such a great addition to this deck. I really, again, I want to reiterate the fact that, this deck really does revolve around Dedicated Dollmaker. And if you are missing everything, if you're missing only Dedicated Dollmaker and you have all the other pieces out in play, any one of these potential like extra pieces that you have on the board can just turn into a Dedicated Dollmaker immediately with a Fragment Reality. Just remember that, Blood Sun is a great thing that you can just get rid of later on in the game. Fable the Mirror Breaker, in my opinion, in this deck specifically, the only things that I really care about are going to be the Goblin Shamans that make the treasures. So, once you've played this and you've gotten the value out of that, it's fine to just, get rid of it. But again, right, this is one of the most insane cards that's on Arena anyway. But this deck is a lot of fun. Playing 6 Anointed Processions is super sick. So, again, I hope you enjoyed the deck. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links down below. Join the Discord. Again, if you're watching this today on Friday, the day it was released, I'm probably streaming. And, hop on into the stream. Twitch.tv/BA Motumbo. Bring your deck ideas. Just bring yourself and just come and have a good time. Watch us build a deck. But if you do bring a deck or an idea, then maybe we will turn that deck or idea into a video, and hopefully we can give you a shout out. But with that being said, everyone, please stay safe. We'll see you all next time.